Nash.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. There's one thing that the previous speaker mentioned which I'd like to correct. He said that this bill is not legislating or regulating risk. Well, I would disagree with that, because the risk of dodgy, incompetent, negligent financial advisors is not a risk that anyone should have to factor in when they're considering the merits of an investment. But, Mr. Speaker, as you are well aware, as New Zealanders are well aware, and as the participants in this House are well aware, it is a risk which has proven so vital and so deadly to thousands of ordinary New Zealanders. So in a way, Mr. Speaker, this bill is regulating risk, and I'm hoping what it is doing is it's removing a risk which should not be part of any investment decision, but it has been. So in a way it is regulating risk in that sense. But Mr. Speaker, I do rise in support of this bill. As Sam has mentioned, as all the other speakers have mentioned, it does have cross-party support, but I support it for a number of reasons which I will outline in the next 4 or 5 or 6 minutes. The bill is designed to tighten the rules and regulations around the financial advisory sector. So congratulations to the Honourable Leanne Dilzell for her excellent work as the Minister in the last government and now Chair of the Commerce Select Committee. And also congratulations go to the Honourable Simon Power, who picked up on this, who made changes necessary to once again even tighten the rules around this sector, because it is very, very necessary. As mentioned, it has cross-party support because it's sensible, it's necessary, and it's an important piece of legislation for a number of reasons. This bill is way overdue. Well, the bills that this amends are way overdue. There are many, many people out there, many ordinary Kiwis who believed in people, who trusted those who masqueraded as financial advisors, that called themselves expert, but in reality had no education, no qualifications, no experience, no registration, no checks or balances, nothing that a reasonable person would expect that a person who marketed themselves in such a way would have. We have all heard the sad, sad stories of ordinary New Zealanders who have worked incredibly hard their whole lives, only to wake up one morning and find that the savings they had put away have now disappeared. And no one has been accountable. No one has been held to account. Well, we can blame it on the financial crisis. Quite simply, it's not good enough. And I can't imagine being in a situation where I'd saved and planned for my twilight years, maybe my grandkids' education, maybe a holiday away, to find it didn't exist, to find that money had gone. I cannot imagine being in that situation. And the fact that thousands of Kiwis have is a real, real travesty. And that is why this sort of bill is absolutely necessary to ensure that it never happens again. To see the people who perpetrated these crimes against the ordinary New Zealanders get off scot-free really is a travesty. I'm not so much talking about the Watsons, the Bryars, the Hodgsons, who I understand is actually holidaying in Hawaii for an obscene amount of money. And actually, listen to this. This is the house that the savings of thousands of New Zealanders built. It's a half-finished $30 million mansion. It contains it's the size of 13 average houses just on its ground floor space. It has 7 bedrooms, a 25-metre swimming pool, and a garage for 12 cars. Its study, games room and home theatre alone are as big as the typical house. Without counting any of its living spaces, including 7 bedrooms, this is a house that is built on the graveyard of broken promises and shattered dreams of ordinary New Zealanders. And now this is the man who was holidaying in Hawaii. I think it is obscene, and if the man had any sense, if there's any sense left, he would keep away from this country. We don't want that sort of person in our country at all. In fact, it makes me quite angry when I think of what he's done and how he's holidaying in Hawaii. I think that's obscene. And I must admit, to see New Zealand icons like Colin Meads and Richard Long used as marketing tools was, in my view, unethical. There is no doubt that Colin Meads was a legend All Black. But what the hell did he know about finance companies and investment? Richard Long was the face of news for many years and a person who was viewed as reliable and trustworthy, the type of image that a company would love to have. Well, the company did die, and it took a whole lot of Kiwis with it. I suppose you can't blame Colin Meads, you can't blame Richard Long, But I suppose, hopefully, what this crisis will do is make iconic Kiwis a little more wary about how they use their own personal brands. Because in my view, whilst their accomplishments on the field or in their respective fields can never be taken away, the brands of Colin...
Sorry to interrupt the honourable member, but the time has come for me to leave the chair. The House is suspended until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.